I want to welcome you back to Thrive in the Word. We're so glad that you've joined us. And you know what? We are striving to help you to live your Christian life. You know, one of the things that blesses me so much is when I see people that the Lord has allowed me to touch and to minister to, and I see them thriving in God. That's why we call it Thrive in the Word. We want you to thrive. We want you to grow. You know, I speak many times to leaders all around the world, and you know what? One of the things I tell them, I want to see you do more than I've ever done. Now, I've preached to 300,000 in India. I want to see you preach to more people. I want to see you reach more people. I want to see more miracles, more displays of the power of God. I want to see that in your life. And I want you, seriously, even though I may not know you because we're speaking through the internet, I want to see you thrive. That's the burden of my heart. God has blessed me, but you know what? I want that blessing to reach out and to touch you. And I want you to thrive, and I want you to do what God has intended for you to do, and I want you to thrive at it. So today we're getting back into the book of Jude. Today we're in verse number 24. And this is what he says. He says, "Now all glory to God, who was able to keep you from falling away and will bring you with great joy into his glorious presence without a single fault." All glory be to God. You know, that's a short statement, but it's so, so powerful. You know, we as believers, we need to realize that in ourselves, there is nothing that we can present to God. In ourselves, we are totally separated from God. You know, Jesus himself, when he was walking the earth, he would say, "I can't do anything without my Father. I can't speak anything unless I hear him speak." And one of the struggles, I think, of the Christian life is to realize that even though God is blessing us, it's God that's doing it, and it's not us. Even though we're operating in faith and we're doing the things that God has asked us to do, we are basically just walking in obedience to him, and he gets all the glory. He is the one that needs to be glorified. You know, Jude here is writing to the Jewish people, and the Jewish people are in a very, very tough place, and they're standing in their faith. But you know what? Jude now reminds them as he's closing this letter to them. He's saying, you know what, guys? All the glory belongs to God. It belongs to him. You see, one of the things that happens in our Christian lives is we begin to get our eyes on ourselves. And we start to think, oh, look what I did. Oh, look what God did through me. He needed me. You know, there's a lot of people talking about pronouns nowadays. You know, I think one of the pronouns that the church needs to work on is me and I, and try to eliminate it from our speech. Why? Because we need to realize that God is the one who's working in us. It's God in his mercy that gave us the grace to do what we're doing. That gave us the faith. You don't even have faith unless God gives it to you. He gives to all men the gift of faith, but it came from God. And so Jude here is writing, and he's saying, glory, all glory to God. All glory to God. Now, Jude is a leader in the church. Jude is one of them that's been in the church from the very beginning. And yet Jude is saying all glory goes to God. And then he says and makes this statement, who is able to keep you? Now, when Jude makes this statement, you know what he's really getting at? There's nothing else that's able to keep you. There's no one else that's able to surround you and preserve you or me. It's God. It's God. It's all God. Do you understand? All glory be to God, who was able to keep you from falling away. Keep you where? To keep you from falling away. A couple years ago, I was in the country of Honduras, and I'm having problems with my balance. And we're there ministering, and I'm ministering with a team. And there's a young man, and he and I are walking up the stairs in the motel. And all of a sudden, I began to lose my balance. Now, in the stairs in Honduras, and in many countries, they're not regulated in height and in depth like they are here in the United States. And there was no railing. And I was headed off the railing. And this young man, even though he was nowhere close to my size, grabs me and he pulls me back. What was he doing? He was keeping me from falling. Well, brothers and sisters, listen to me. We need to glorify God because He is the only one who's keeping us from falling away. That's a truth that you need to get on the inside of you. God is not ever going to let you go. He's got you. He surrounds you. He's grabbed you. No matter if you begin to doubt, you know what? If you doubt, God is still faithful. He's got you. He's holding you. He's keeping you from falling away. Just think about that. It's all about Him and not about us. It's all about what He's done. It's all about what He's given. It's all about Him. All the glory. Now, that's not just a nice cliche. All the glory goes to Him because we couldn't do anything except give our hearts and obey what He says. I hope this has blessed you. You know what? If you're concerned today about falling away, maybe you're going through a hard time, just realize this. It's not about you. It's about Him. And He is able to keep you from falling away. I hope you join us as we finish in our next video, as we finish this verse number 23. I know it's going to bless you.